We have breaking news from our investigative team. We've now confirmed the identity of the man accused of attempting to run over an officer at Peabody Montessori. The incident is now being labeled by RPSO as a deputy-involved shooting. Suspect is 63-year-old Brian LaRoche. He's been arrested on charges of a contempt of court, a felony charge of flight from an officer, reckless operation of a vehicle, and attempted first-degree murder of an officer. He's currently being held at the Rapides Parish Detention Center on a $2,500 bond. That bond amount does not include the charges related to attempted murder. And our investigative team has uncovered that this is not Keith's first run-in with the law. According to police and court records, he was arrested in 2024 for resisting an officer and criminal damage to property. We're unaware if he has been prosecuted on those charges. And before that, in 2015, he also pleaded guilty to a DWI charge in the Rapides Parish Court, and he was put on supervised probation for a year alongside a mandate to perform 32 hours of community service. We'll keep you posted with the latest as we learn more. And local officials provided updates at City Hall today following social media threats and a deputy-involved shooting at local schools in Rapides Parish. Our Colin Vidros is live from City Hall with the updates. Colin, what did you find out?
Yeah, Johnny, so Superintendent Jeff Powell, Sheriff Mark Wood, Chief Chad Gremion, as well as Alexandria Mayor Jacques Roy all spoke about updates following school threats that were made on social media in the past 10 days, as well as a deputy-involved shooting that we saw at Peabody Montessori High School. They also gave updates on Peabody Magnet High School's threats that were over this past weekend, which ended up canceling the homecoming parade and the football game as well. Take a look.
We cannot, as a community, live in fear because of the actions of a handful of people who are doing it just for that purpose.
After numerous threats to local schools yesterday and earlier in the month, 5 juveniles were arrested and charged with terrorizing after those threats, and according to authorities, those juveniles did not know each other. Yesterday, threats were made at Tioga High, Alexandria Senior High, Peabody Magnet, and Pineville High School. Earlier this month, Oak Hill High School was closed for a day after a social media threat there. And one person is in custody, and investigations are still underway after a deputy-involved shooting in the parking lot at Peabody Montessori. According to the Rapides Parish Sheriff's Office, a driver tried to run over a school resource officer in the school's parking lot this morning. The deputy then fired shots at the vehicle, but the driver left the scene and was later arrested.
Well, there were no shots in the school. This happened outside. A lot of the children probably don't even know this happened. It was just an unfortunate accident, and I'm going to add, now is not the time to be messing around schools in Central Louisiana.
And while the school threats on Monday were deemed not credible, the incidents have kept law enforcement on high alert across the parish as local officials take each and every threat seriously.
Every threat has to be looked at and assessed independently. The first Peabody threat on the parade, much different than some of these, but they still have to all be looked at in this continuum of where we are.
The city of Alexandria made the decision to cancel Peabody Magnet High School's homecoming parade and football game, and according to Alexandria Mayor Jacques Roy, they were able to verify 2 sources that the mayor says was a, quote, high level of credibility that you have to assume is true, end quote.
For us, for all of us, the same way we make all of these decisions we're going through, the superintendent talked about those levels. We have a gravity of harm that can involve death to parade goers and people participating. We have a high probability that we have to assume.
Now, officials are urging parents to talk about what social media can lead to and how to prevent threats from happening again.
We cannot, as a community, live in fear because of the actions of a handful of people who are doing it just for that purpose. You have a united front of leadership all throughout this parish that are dedicated to keeping our community safe, that are dedicated to keeping our community moving forward in the many positive aspects that we are moving.
On that full press conference with those officials that we mentioned, you can head over to KALB.com. Reporting live outside of City Hall in Alexandria, Colin Vidros for News Channel 5. Johnny, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you, Colin. And after the officer-involved shooting at Peabody Montessori in Alexandria, the school went into lockdown, leaving many parents concerned about the safety of their children. Our Jay McCulley now joins us live. Jay, what were you hearing from the parents?
Well, Johnny, of course, these parents were terrified. One mother we spoke to says she received a text saying the school was on lockdown. She says she was unaware what actually took place and that not being able to pick up her child was frightening.
I don't know what type of system that y'all have going, that they have going on in there. So I feel I need to get my child and go. I understand it's a lockdown. It can't go in, can't go out for their safety reasons, but my baby is probably scared.
Officials today urged parents not to check out their students from the school amid the lockdown. And we have local reaction from City Council President of Alexandria, Cynthia Perry, who has grandchildren that attended Peabody Montessori. Perry says they are doing okay, but wants residents to know the city is taking these actions seriously.
We get so comfortable and we think things like this can't happen here in Alexandria. And today we witnessed that only on a scale where we didn't lose any of our children, our faculty, our staffs, our officers. When you see these things happening in other states, we never think that it can happen here in Louisiana. And now I think with these incidents from Saturday leading up to yesterday and today has opened our eyes. And now we have to be prepared for it. This is not something now that we can take lightly and not think that it can happen here in our city to our children and our faculty and staff members.
You'll hear more from the council president during our 10 o'clock newscast. Johnny?